you visit with your parents? How often? Almost every night for me.
Yeah, we see her parents almost every night. My parents, not so much. Maybe a couple times a year we see.
More than that. It's more than a couple of times.
They come down, so it's probably like 4 or 5 times a year.
They've been coming down a lot more often.
Not as much as we'd like, but they're a little further away, a couple hours.
Yeah.
And then it's harder.
It's just far enough away that it's not easy to do a day trip.
Yeah.
You know, because you really don't get that much time to spend during the day then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it has to be a weekend.
To handle conflict. What does a fight look like? You just saw it.
It's not true. This is what it looks like, so we don't talk.
Yeah.
Until someone makes the other one talk. And then that whole communication thing starts. Yeah.
Are you mad? You mad? You mad? You mad? Answer the question.
I did.
What was it?
First thoughts when we met online.
First thoughts when we met online. Who is this person asking me funny questions? Because that was something different. She asked different questions online.
I asked different questions.
Well, yeah, you asked more. Most people, when I was in the chat rooms and pissing people off, they just would say the same thing as ASL, which means age, sex, location.
For those of you too young to know,
yes, back in the
that's how
day,
you used to do it.
That's what you used to do when you met people in chat rooms. You'd ASL, and I used to always just give stupid answers. Anyway, just
yes,
people
you
off.
did. I remember that. You would say, you'd say 101 male hell.
No, I would say 101 other, meaning I don't know what I am, and the moon. That's what I used to say. That was my standard.
I don't think that's what you told me.
Well, that's what I remember going to the most. Yeah, it's just she asked why I was so angry, and I thought
that's right. I was really blatant about it.
Yeah, she and that was different. Most people would just yell at me or whatever, and I'd just blow off and be, haha, you suck or whatever. And so she would ask different questions, and we just kept talking after that.
See, the smartass in me wants to say, my first thought was, who is this angry little child? That's not what I thought. First thing that I thought was I saw your name.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Snooze.
Mr. Snooze. And I remember at first laughing at, how weird of a name that was. And then the more I thought about it, the more genius I thought it was. I was like, this guy's got a good sense of humor. And then the stuff that you were posting about, Turn Away Now, the evils of Hanson's music and stuff like that. I thought that was really funny because usually when you get Hanson haters, as we kindly refer to them, we scroll just F Hanson, and that's real original. But I thought that was really funny, and I kind of felt bad for laughing at it, but at the same time, it's really stupid to get upset over something so funny. First fight.
First big fight would be the January. Yep.
Without a doubt.
We just started dating in October.
Oh, we're gonna go through this?
And
oh boy.
No, it's just...
Well, no, okay, if you're gonna start from any little fight...
No, I'm gonna say first big fight. That's how
First big fight?
Yeah, the January, because that was almost like a month-long struggle for us, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because we were living apart.
We were in blank and blank.
We were living, far apart from one another, a couple hours away, so I wasn't able to visit, but maybe every week, every other week, I was coming down to visit her.
Well, yeah, let's just adjust that for just a quick second, okay? That's not to say that long-distance relationships can't work if you don't see each other often, but we were still adjusting to what that meant, how often we could see each other, and the argument that we were having, the hurt feelings that were happening. Because we'd never been in a long-distance relationship before, it was a lot harder to deal with, what the solution was, or trying to work things out by phone, on email. And a lot of people say that that's because you can't convey what you're feeling through those methods. And that's not true. It's just, we were still adjusting to how to do that.
Right. And there was just a lot of either non-communic. I was having severe computer problems, severe,
Yeah, so
we
yeah,
couldn't talk.
contact was down too.
And we were, that was like the culmination. We were having kind of these communication issues starting
in our relationship,
right?
And then we literally had communication
right,
problems because
and
our
we just
computer
couldn't
was
talk
down.
to each other. And then this was before I had a cell phone, so
we depending on landlines.
Right,
long
and
distance
long
fees.
distance was getting expensive, so I couldn't, talk all that long on the phone. I don't know if you had the cell phone at that point either. It was. No, I don't think so. So it was just a whole lot of mess.
I can't remember if that was the Christmas I got it or if I got it the next Christmas.
It was almost a month-long struggle, really
to work things out, yeah.
big learning curve for both of us. Because I guess you could say like that initial woo of dating was kind of coming to an end, in a sense.
What do you mean?
Kind of like a honeymoon period, where it's like, oh, and whatever. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like, we were just so happy to be, dating and in a relationship and learning and talking all the time. And then like that January was like our first big struggle to communicate and see where we stood as a couple, and to like really find out what that means and meant, and it was hard to get through that, but we did. And then I came down in that March for spring break.
I came up.
Wasn't that the spring break that we came down for a week?
Yeah, but that wasn't the next time we saw each other.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, that was the same year, that January, that what we refer to in our relationship as the January. Because that was probably, that could have been a point where we might have broken up. It got.
Oh yeah.
It got pretty bad.
It got.
Anyway.
Yeah,
but that's.
I mean, there's a lot of other things. It wasn't like one thing. It
Yeah.
It was a cluster of a bunch of different things that were happening.
Yeah.
And a bunch of like little smaller arguments that really blew up all at once. It was bad.
We were learning how to be in a relationship with each other, and that's
hard.
hard.
That's the way that you say that. Sounds like that's the only thing. Like we didn't know how to communicate with each other. We talked, only talked. No pictures, no video chat, no voice chat, nothing for 2 years. But it's not like we didn't know how to talk to each other, but we didn't know how to talk to each other as a couple.
Right, that's what
and
I
that's
mean.
a totally different kettle of fish.
Yep.
And the other thing is that we had friends that were throwing gasoline on the fire, and we had that issue, and then we had there was a bunch of stuff.
Yep. But we got.
The more I'm thinking about it, the more dizzy I feel. It's like there's so much going on.
All right. Next question. First warm and fuzzies. I'm not sure what that means. Exactly. I mean, I know what a warm and fuzzy is, but like the first time you ever felt warm and fuzzy ever, or between you and me?
No, between you and me. It's our relationship, you jerk. Okay, first thing I thought, I don't know if this is going to embarrass you or not.
Oh boy.
The first time that you ever said, like, an actual goodnight to me.
Mm-hmm.
When we weren't dating, we were supposed to be just friends. He was supposed to not even be my friend because that's a whole other. You can't be friends over the internet. And you sent me like the nicest goodnight I had ever heard, and I still remember it. May a chorus of angels sing you off to sleep.
It's from Hamlet.
I don't give a F where it was from. The fact that you said that to me was like.
I think I've just seen the movie and it's like, that's right.
I don't care! The fact that you said it to me, especially since you were like you always kept me like with a 10-foot pole away from you.
Early though.
I know.
It was like
first one and fuzzies.
First, okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah, that's true. For me,
yeah.
First, I'm thinking. It was probably in those first months too when we started talking.
On the internet or in person?
On the internet, when I would get on just to talk to you, and that's the first.
Shut up!
Yeah. What?
Was this new information?
Yeah.
Early?
Well,
like how early?
Well, probably the first couple months.
You were kidding me!
No, I would get on just to see if you were around. Yeah.
This is complete BS.
No, it's not. It's true. It's true.
Oh my god, you did a really good job of faking it, though.
Well, I didn't want you to know that. It's getting that
Obviously.
much for you, so. No, it's
So,
probably,
no, what happened?
well, I don't know. There's not an exact moment, but just a general feeling of warm and fuzzy, getting to talk to you.
So not anything in particular that
No,
we
it
like, connected with? Or...
no, it wasn't like an instant, but it was kind of like looking back on, just like looking back on our starting to talk, and I just remember wanting to get online to talk to you.